We're going to get started. Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Sarah Rawson, and I've been with the Juice Plus Company for 6.5 years, and we just want to welcome you here this evening. Thank you so much for taking your time to be with us, and we're going to talk about one simple change, and our company is all about one simple change to better health. So I'm going to share my screen here so y'all can see. So one simple change might be something that you do to better your health for 30 days, like drinking more water or exercising, or maybe working on your nutrition or focusing on sleeping better, getting that 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. But our company believes that the easiest one simple change that you can make for you and your family is by adding Juice Plus. And for those of you who don't know what Juice Plus is a company whose mission is to inspire healthy living around the world, and they do that with 3 different products to help you to incorporate more whole foods into your diet. So they have the Juice Plus Garden, Orchard, and Vineyard Blend that comes in capsule or chew form. And what this is that 30 fruits, vegetables, berries, and grains that are juiced and dried and put in capsules or a soft chew. And the soft chews for kids or for adults, okay? We all enjoy them, but you can see the variety of produce on your screen here. I'm not going to read them off to you, but you're getting the rainbow when you flood your body with this nutrition every day. And what I love about the Juice Plus capsules is that you're getting those 30 whole foods, but it has a food label on the outside. So when you look at these bottles, you might think vitamin or supplement, but it's actually concentrated food. And so you're getting those phytonutrients from the fruits and vegetables themselves. It's all non-GMO, gluten and dairy free. And my favorite thing is that it's NSF certified. And that's that third-party quality assurance. So when you look at the side of the label and you read off the ingredients, you know that what you're reading off is actually in our product and nothing more, nothing less. It also assures you that there's no pesticides, herbicides, contaminants of any kind in our product. There's no banned substances, heavy metals, and it's safe for pro athletes because of the NSF certification. They can be assured that they can take it, but it's also safe for pregnant and nursing moms all the way up to the person taking chemotherapy treatment. So I love how safe it is. And the clinical research to back it up is by far my favorite because there's over 30 published clinical studies. And so you're about to hear some really amazing stories of what Juice Plus has done in different people's bodies, but the research doesn't lie. So you can see it right here. There's just a few listed. It gets into the bloodstream. It's absorbed by the body. It supports your cardiovascular health and your immune system. So there's it protects your DNA. There's a lot of different studies. And what I love too is that the company is continually doing more research on what it's doing inside of our body. And it's not research on the individual ingredients. It's actually research on people taking Juice Plus. And the Juice Plus Children's Health Study is great for families because our company is committed to helping our children get healthy alongside us. So for any adult who orders the capsules or chews, they can sponsor a child between the ages of 4 all the way to full-time college students to get their product for free for 4 years. And you can see the different results from the studies the surveys that are done on the kids and the parents. And so I love that our kids are visiting the doctor less and not missing school as much, and that they're more aware of their health along with other things. Our second product is our Juice Plus Complete Shake Mix, and it also comes in a bar as well. And these are low fat, low sugar, low glycemic, gluten-free, vegan, and non-GMO. And I love that they're low glycemic because they're great for diabetics. It's actually the same on the glycemic index as a serving of broccoli. So it's not going to spike your blood sugar. It's plant-based protein. It's water-washed, non-GMO soy, which is the top quality, the least processed form of soy that you can have, along with some other plant-based proteins. You have a fiber blend. You're getting 8 grams of fiber per serving, which is really great. And then ancient grains and sprouts, along with spirulina, which is a blue-green algae, and amaranth and quinoa and millet. And you're even getting things like yucca and mushroom powder and pomegranate and pumpkin. So you're getting a wide variety of nutrition when you drink a shake. And some of you might say, well, I don't really like smoothies. I'm not really a shake person. Well, it's so versatile. You can make pudding with it. You can make vanilla or chocolate pudding and mix in some fresh fruit. You can also make a protein bar. There's a variety of different kind of bars you can make with it. And then you can even make pancakes with it. So it's very versatile. And this is a perfect picture to show you that when you flood your body with the Orchard, Garden, and Vineyard Blend capsules or chews, and you get one serving of Complete a day, this is the rainbow that you're getting that's flooding through your body. I mean, all of these plants, all of these colors. And our last product is our Tower Garden by Juice Plus. And if you've never heard of Tower Garden before, you're probably looking at this picture going, what in the world is that? Well, it is a vertical aeroponic growing system where you can grow 20 to 28 plants on your back porch or patio using no dirt. And so there's only water and earth-based minerals in the base of your tower, and there's a pump and a timer on there. And what it does is it pumps up the water in the solution, and it rains down on the roots of the plants for 15 minutes. And then for 15 minutes, it uses the air to grow. And so it uses 10% of the land, 10% of the water, and it actually, through a research study, proves that you get a 30% higher yield than traditional gardening. And so it's Black Thumb approved, so just rest assured, I have the blackest thumb of anybody that you might know, but I've been able to grow produce on the Tower Garden the last 4 years. And the top two pictures are my indoor gardens where I grow my herbs and my lettuce and my kale. And you can also grow those things outdoors as well. I just choose to grow them inside with grow lights. And then my outdoor garden that's on my back porch during the spring and the summer and very early fall, that's where I grow my seasonal items. So I had tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and all kinds of stuff like that growing outside. And I'm just so grateful that you guys chose to be with us this evening, because 7 years ago I learned about Juice Plus, and someone shared it with me similar to me sharing it with you tonight. So I'm really thankful that you're here to listen. At the time, my oldest daughter was 2, and I was just struggling with keeping her healthy. From the time that she was itty bitty up until that point, we just couldn't keep her healthy. And on top of that, she was going through that picky eating toddler stage. So I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that, but there'd be days we couldn't get her to eat anything at all. So I was filled with so much mommy guilt, and then my friend shared Juice Plus with me, and I'm so grateful. I knew immediately it was something that she could benefit from. So we got her started, and in the first month of her taking Juice Plus, we started to see benefits. She started fighting her illnesses quicker. So instead of something lasting a week to 2 weeks, she was fighting it off in 3 days, which was really huge for her. And then over time, she's been drinking more water. She started eating a more variety of produce, and we've just seen more and more health benefits the longer that she's been taking Juice Plus. And so back at the beginning, when I was seeing these health benefits in her, I thought to myself, oh my goodness, here I have my 2-year-old getting healthy, but who's going to take care of her if her parents are sick? And I'm not talking about sickness like coughs and strep throat and colds and stuff like that. I'm talking about chronic disease. My family history and my husband's family history is filled with cardiovascular disease, stroke, cancer, obesity, I mean, all of those things. So what's in our future, and what are we passing down to our children? And so I knew that I needed Juice Plus for prevention. So I went to my sweet husband, and he's not here to defend himself, but he's so sweet, I promise. But I said to him, I really want us to take Juice Plus. And he just kind of looked at me and he said, well, that's great, but you need to find a way to pay for it. And he wasn't being ugly or anything, but I was a former teacher, and then I was a stay-at-home mom. And so we really didn't have the wiggle room in our budget to add Juice Plus at that time. So I went back to my friend and I said, what can I do to offset the cost? I really want to take Juice Plus. And so she just shared with me that, by me paying $50 to join the company, that I could share with my friends and family and then offset my costs. So that's what I did. And when I added it to my diet, I was really doing it for prevention. I thought I was fairly healthy. And the first thing I noticed was I started sleeping better. I was waking up fully alert, not needing that cup of coffee anymore. And I just thought it was normal to wake up groggy, but it's really not. And then over time, my arthritis in my shoulder went away, and my allergies subsided. All these things that I thought I was going to have for the rest of my life, it ended up subsiding and going away because of me flooding my body with this nutrition. So I'm forever grateful for that, because I wasn't expecting those things to happen. And so I started sharing this with my friends and family, and I was offsetting my cost. And then I got pregnant with my daughter, and I had my first Juice Plus baby. And for those of you that know somebody who's had a Juice Plus baby, it makes them very happy, because that means that from the womb, from the time that they were conceived, they were created with this nutrition. So this nutrition was flooding through their little cells from as early, as when they're an embryo in your body. So it's pretty amazing. And I had a very healthy pregnancy. I chose to take it as my sole prenatal, and I felt confident doing that because it's just food. It's just, concentrated nutrition, and because of the research. And so she was born healthy, and she's been pretty much my picture of health baby ever since. And she fights illnesses super fast, and she just has an amazing palate for fruits and vegetables, and I'm really thankful for that. And so I was sharing with my friends and family, and offsetting my costs, and then I was making a little bit extra, which is really nice, and taking the financial pressure off my husband. And then we had even more to be able to do fun things, like take our family to Disney and do other fun things like that. And today I'm really grateful for this mission, because not only do I wake up to passion and purpose every day, sometimes you can get lost as a mom, especially a stay-at-home mom, but I wake up to that passion and purpose every day to help others. But I also get to say yes and no to the things that I want to say yes and no to. And my youngest is about to go to kindergarten next year. And so normally this would be the time for me to go back to teaching. Because that's just what you do when your kids go to school. But instead, because my income has surpassed what I made as a full-time teacher, I get to continue to say yes to being home and a very present mom. So I'm really, really grateful for that. And now you're going to get to hear an amazing story from my friend Trish Kiger. She's zooming in from Atlanta, Georgia, and y'all are just get ready. You're about to get blessed with her story. So Trish, take it away.
Hey, thank you, Sarah, so much for just inviting me to be a part tonight. And, I actually was introduced to Juice Plus about 7 or 8 years ago, and I can't really believe it's been that long, by a really dear friend of mine. And at the time, I was going through quite a terrible health situation on my own. And the funny part was my friend, she had no idea. So it was such a gift for her to reach out to me when she did. When she reached out and invited me to go to a wellness event, it was the end of a 4-month period that was really, really terrible for me. I had actually gotten very sick one morning and had to be rushed to the emergency room in an ambulance. And it was not only a very painful time because I had terrible abdominal pain, but it was a really scary time as well. So from that first trip to the emergency room through the next 4 months, I was just in and out of the doctor's office. There were so many tests that were run, and even exploratory surgery to try to figure out where all this pain was coming from. And what we determined at the end of 4 months was that there was really not an answer. And that, as you can imagine, was really frustrating as well. At the time, I was working at one of the most wonderful schools in the world with some of the most amazing people in the world. And there were days where my teachers would find me in the hallway and say, "Go home." And they would give me a big hug and say, "We're fine." But as you know, when you're working a full-time job, you don't always have that option, right? So when Melissa reached out to invite me to that event, I was desperate. And I tell people all the time that I went for 2 reasons. 1, because I was desperate for something to change. And 2, she was my friend. So I just wanted to go and see what she was up to. So at that point, that is where I learned that Juice Plus, like Sarah has just shared, is simply food. It made a lot of sense to me because I thought, I don't get the variety of fruits and vegetables I need every day. And again, I was still in so much pain and so uncomfortable all the time. And my sweet husband had looked at me at one point and said, your body is trying to tell you something. There's a reason you have all this pain, and there has to be a natural alternative. So it actually became a catalyst for me. To my surprise, within 2 months, much of that pain had begun to decrease. We were just so excited about that change that we did some research and we found a doctor who really understood the value of nutrition. And I'm so happy to share that she completely diagnosed what was going on with me. She actually used my Juice Plus as a part of that treatment. And that is where I really began to learn about the power of of food. So as I went on that journey, it just became really big in my heart to be able to share that with other people. So now fast forward these 8 years later, and I too have stepped away from the classroom and have partnered with this amazing company and this amazing community of people. And we're able to just inspire hope and hope for health. And that is such a powerful thing to be able to share with people. So I just want to say, Sarah, thank you again for inviting me to share this. And my hope that by sharing my story is that maybe it will encourage someone else just to maybe take that step of faith and begin to learn a little bit more about the power of food, because I know it became such a gift for me when I had no diagnosis and really didn't know which way to turn. So, Sarah, thank you so much for giving me a little bit of time tonight to share.
Oh, thank you so much, Trish, for being on. And every time I hear your story, I'm just so grateful that you said yes, because, imagine where you would be if you hadn't way back when. So thank you again. Well, thank you everybody for being on tonight. Before we go this evening, I just want you guys to really be honest with yourselves and think about where your health is right now. And think about the path that you're going down with the choices that you're making, with the lifestyle that you have. There's no judgment here at all. But I just want you to really think about, if you're going down the path that's going to lead you to good health in, say, 5 years, where do you think your health is going to be in 5 years? Or in 10 years? Or even 20? I know that's hard to even imagine. But if you are sitting here and you're going, you know what? I'm making good choices every day. I'm on the right path. I'm eating, that rainbow of food every day, and I'm exercising and getting my rest. First of all, we applaud you. And I hope that there was something that was shared this evening that inspired you to even do even more, because I know we can all do better. But if maybe you're sitting here going, you know what, I can probably do something better. There's certain things that I could do better. Then I just want to encourage you to consider Juice Plus and reach out to the person who invited you here this evening, for them to share their story with you and for them to share how you can get started on Juice Plus yourself. Because I'm telling you, it's not a miracle cure. It's not a drug. The company does not make any claims that it's going to prevent, cure, or treat anything. But when you flood your body with good nutrition, good things happen. It's such a huge catalyst for other changes, and just making one simple change at a time. And so we just want to encourage you to do that. But maybe you're either already on Juice Plus, or maybe you're going to do that, but you're also sitting here going, oh my gosh, my best friend needs to hear about this, or my mom, my dad could benefit from hearing this information. Then we would love to share with you how you can join our mission of inspiring healthy living, because us all together sharing, we're going to reach far more people than if just I do it and just Trish does it. So we would just love for you to reach out to the person who invited you to see more about joining our mission and inspiring healthy living. So we just thank you so much. And if you guys have any questions, reach out to the person who invited you. Good night, everybody.